The Samajwadi Party has gone into a quiet huddle. There's a big parliamentary party meeting. Is the SP going to be the next ally to bail out on the Congress? That's the center stage face-off. Are we heading towards elections in November? Joining us on this program, one of India's leading political commentators, Vir Sanghvi. With us also representing the BJP is Smriti Irani, Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha. Amar Singh, who understands the Samajwadi Party better than most other people, is also joining us. I must inform our viewers that we got a acceptance from one of the senior members of the Samajwadi Party who were going to join us, but they said we got a big decision lined up for tomorrow and therefore they bailed out at the last moment. Joining us also on this program is Sudhindra Bhaduria. He represents BSP and Mayawati. We've got Abid Rasool Khan representing the Congress and KP Ramalingam from the DMK. Mr. Vir Sanghvi, the question to you first. In the way things are shaping up, and given that we know that Samajwadi Party is itching to have early elections, do you think SP will find some pretext to bail out in Congress next?
I don't rule it out at all, Rahul. I think the SP is conscious of the fact that its own credibility and its own popularity is slipping very fast in UP. It may be better off having an election now rather than later. It's also, I think, wary of Rahul Gandhi, who's gone into UP, who's attacked the SP on numerous occasions. It doesn't really want a situation where he's able to establish himself and attack the Samajwadi Party. It's conscious of what might happen to Muslim vote if it waits later. Logically, I think there are many hotheads of the Samajwadi Party who will want to pull the plug. The question is, it's not a democratic party. What does Mulayam think?
Given that Mulayam has constantly been speaking about early elections, he's already identified Mr. Amar Singh, his candidates for the next polls. We also know that sooner the elections happen, the better it will be for the Samajwadi Party and Mulayam. Given that, do you think in this big parliamentary party board, an in-principle decision will be taken that the Samajwadi Party will back out? Right now, it's Beni Prasad Verma Mulayam is gunning for. Do you think SP will pull out next?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Amar Singh.
I have not been able to hear. Please,
do you think
voice is not coming. Please.
Okay, do you think Mulayam Singh will be the next ally to bail out on the Congress government? Given that they are itching to go into elections, the sooner elections happen, the better it is for the SP. Do you think after DMK, SP will pull out now?
No, I don't agree with you. I don't want to condemn or criticize my erstwhile party. But after having made this statement, I would like to emphasize that recently concluded anniversary of 1 year of Akhilesh Yadav government has not drawn very complimentary remarks from media and as well as from the public. And in the aftermath of gruesome murder of a police officer and subsequent reaction of section of big minority leaders, they will need some time for the preparedness so as to ensure that people of Uttar Pradesh, they forget these gory incidents.
No, but the fact is, the more you delay, the more the possibility of there being other gory incidents. They've already got their list of candidates. They've already told their cadre to be ready for elections. What we are being told is that Mulayam Singh is on the lookout for a reason. It could be this whole business of a fixed quota in promotions for SC, STs, for all communities. That could be the reason. It could be Beni Prasad. Now that DMK is gone, Mulayam knows he holds the lever of power and wants to figure out when to exercise.
Well, my experience with him is as such that at Kalyan Singh's residence, he took a decision in collaboration with Kalyan Singh, and Ram Gopal was also present, that Sri Prakash Jaiswal, Jatin Prasad and host of prominent Congress leaders, candidates will not be fielded against them. And as I was a spokesman of the party at that point of time, he told me to brief the press accordingly. I said, by this evening, you may change this decision and you may field candidates, so I don't want to be seen as villain. So since it is your decision, I'm sorry that I'm your spokesperson, but I will not address media on this particular issue. And rightly so. In the morning, Mulayam Singh ji himself told media that Sri Prakash Jaiswal, Jatin Prasad, Jagdambika Paul, all these people will not be facing any SP candidate. And by the evening, Mulayam Singh ji was holding another press conference wherein he stated that SP will field candidate against all of them.
But that's the problem. That's the problem, Abid Rasool Khan, the Congress has with Mulayam. You never know when he's on your side, if he's on your side, and for how long he's on your side. You're at the mercy of Mulayam and Mayawati, and basically it's the beginning of the end of the UPA. You've had it. Rahul Gandhi has accepted that. He's told the UP politicians, the MPs, to prepare for polls. The message has gone out.
No, let me conclude.
Rahul,
Mayawati is concerned, I don't think that in Central she has been showing any inconsistency, whereas supporting the UPA government is concerned.
Yes,
but
you're right about Mayawati, because it's
ji.
Mulayam who wants early polls. Mayawati wants the UPA to continue, wants the Akhilesh government to continue, so that anti-incumbency builds up against the UP government. Abid Rasool Khan, Rahul Gandhi now seems to be telling MPs from Uttar Pradesh to prepare for polls. The writing on the wall, elections along with assembly elections in November.
Rahul, first of all, I would like to assure you and also address your concern, and as well as through you the concern of the countrymen, that we have the requisite numbers, we are very comfortable, and we will prove our majority when required in a proper forum. Now, as far as Mulayam Singh ji supporting us, he has been supporting us, not now, he has been supporting us earlier, and the decision what he will take in his party will be the decision to support us, and that decision would definitely stand, because now the whole concept of the coalition is based on secularism, and our party stands for secularism and upholding the interest of the communities wherever they are in India, whichever part of India they are. So at a stage, I don't think that election can be forced on the country, but still Sonia ji has said yesterday that if at all the situation so wants, then we are with all enthusiasm, we will go for an election and again win it back and come to the power.
Because we're already
now,
seeing
the question of timing.
Smriti Irani, the BJP is fishing in troubled waters. We heard what Sushma Swaraj said in Parliament today.
No,
she jumped in to support Beni Prasad Verma. She jumped in to support Mulayam against Beni Prasad Verma. Clearly, the BJP is relishing the Congress's anguish.
Let me complete it. I would like to say here that what BJP problems it has, that is their internal matter. I really don't want to comment on that. What the problem of Mr. Beni Prasad Verma has been solved. He has given an apology and he has said that what he didn't meant to hurt anybody. So that cannot be an issue again. Now the question is how strong we are. We have to prove that we are strong, and we have the majority on the House, and we have ministers have said today in the press conference that we will prove it when required. So absolutely there is no concern and there is no requirement for us to debate on this issue that we are not having a majority.
Okay, Smriti Irani, while on the one side the BJP is trying to fish in troubled waters, they also realize that they don't have their house in order. Whether it is bringing Narendra Modi center stage, whether it is having their own election team, the BJP is as keen as the Congress, What an irony it is. The BJP and the Congress are the two big parties that want the UPA to continue because the BJP is not ready for early polls either.
For a journalist, it's quite ironical that you are presuming so much on behalf of the BJP without basing your statements on fact. When you speak about the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Sushma Swaraj's statement today on the floor of the House vis-a-vis Mulayam Singh Yadav, I think she articulated her thoughts very well, and she said that though she is politically and ideologically not in sync with Mulayam Singh Yadav, she does want to bring to the notice of the government and those who are running the government that there is a level of discourse and decorum that needs to be maintained in politics, which has been disturbed by such allegations made by Mr. Beni Prasad. So I don't think that there is any fishing in any kind of troubled waters. In fact, I think that the Congress-led UPA had already lost the confidence of the people, and now they are openly and publicly losing confidence of their own allies. And I am reminding you now that there are many allies who on many occasions have come on your platform and said that yes, there are many challenges within the UPA where the Congress does not. Let me finish, Mr. Khan.
Madam,
where some allies of
coming here. Give me a minute.
Let me finish.
No, why don't you allow her to complete the argument?
Let me finish.
She didn't interrupt you. You allow her to complete her argument, please.
So I think that there are many allies, Rahul, on your channel and on other channels. In fact, I just heard Praful Patel on another channel where he says that yes, there have been times where Congress has not carried its allies along. So why the UPA is disintegrating in front of you is a question that a Congress representative would best answer.
No, but
let me assure you this,
that allies have been
as has my leadership
and this
done
unhappiness
before.
Vir Sanghvi has been building for 9 years now.
Rahul,
the reason that unhappiness is being voiced so explicitly now is because they realize that the principal partner in the alliance is now weak, which is why everybody is tapping at the heels. That's the reality.
That's absolutely right. I just make one more point, taking off from Mr. Amar Singh, who talked about the unreliability of Mulayam Singh Yadav. There's a very famous incident of his unreliability, which is in 1999, when the Vajpayee government lost a vote of confidence, and it was assumed that Sonia Gandhi and the Congress would take office with Mulayam support. Mr. Amar Singh and Mr. Mulayam Singh Yadav backed out at the last moment and refused to support them. Similarly, at the same time, the Vajpayee government was assured that day by Mayawati, who went and touched Vajpayee's feet before the vote and said, "We will vote for you," and then voted against him. So these are the two most unreliable people in Indian politics.
In the morning they can say Abid Rasool Khan, they are with you. By the time it actually comes to voting, you discover that they've been bought out or that they're not on your side any longer, and that's how the government could fall down. It's a nightmare scenario for the UPA.
No, basically we are discussing something that is going to happen or may happen.
It's already happening.
I don't think
the process is
done. No, I don't think it's not happening. Rahul, it's not happening. It is not definitely happening. They have not pulled away the power. They have pulled away the support. They are still with us. And whatever discussions are going on is to strengthen the party and UPA too. And talking that we are already over and our credibility is gone by Irani ji, I would like to come in here and say, where is your credibility? Your own partner is talking about leaving you, and your own president has a problem with the other important leader there. So the credibility also has already finished off there. As far as we are concerned, no, let me complete it. As far as we are concerned, we are ruling the government very well. We have passed the bills. We have recently passed the anti-rape bill. Now we have also cleared the food bill, and we will also get other bills and pass it and prove our majority on the floor of House.
Sudhindra Baduria, do you think that there is an inherent contradiction?
Rahul, allow me to interject.
I'm coming to you, just a moment, because that's not the main focus of the debate. I don't want Abid Rasool Khan to derail our program this evening. Sudhindra Baduria, do you think there is an inherent contradiction in Mulayam and Mayawati doing business for long? They are ideologically opposed on almost everything, especially when it comes to something like reservation in government jobs. You don't know how long you can be in alliance with the Congress. Mayawati and Mulayam at some point in time will disagree, and that will be the end of the government.
Can you repeat your question, because there was regular interruption?
No, my question is, do you see an inherent contradiction?
Who was speaking, I could not hear.
Do you see an inherent contradiction in Mayawati and Mulayam doing business with each other for long, being on the same side of the fence? Given that they are sworn opponents, there will be some point when those internal contradictions actually cause them to split ways, and that will be the end of the Congress government.
As of now, Behan Mayawati ji, the national president of the Bahujan Samaj Party, has already announced its support to the UPA-led government. Having said that, let me also say that the present crisis which has arisen out of the statement made by Beni Prasad Verma on Mulayam Singh's politics, see, both of them have known each other for almost 5 decades. Having known each other, their politics, their intricacies, their commitments, so certain remarks have come from one person about the other person. And insofar as the politics in UP is concerned, you see, the last 1 year has seen 24 communal riots, over 1 month curfew in Bareilly. There has been a killing of a DSP in Pratapgarh. So therefore, and of course the law and order situation on Uttar Pradesh is in shambles. So therefore, I am quite sure Mulayam Singh is just taking a posture, and insofar as his withdrawal of support and continuing support to the UPA is concerned, he will be making his twists and turns, and nobody knows, because we have seen him do this during the nuclear deal, we have seen him do this during the president's election. Very recently, he was with Abul Kalam, and then finally he went over with Pranab Mukherjee, and we have seen him now. So therefore, this is nothing new about
it. No, but Mr. Baduria, the fact is, the one person who doesn't want early elections is Mayawati. You want the Congress government to continue, therefore Mulayam might pull away, but Mayawati will cling on, because the sooner elections happen, the more it benefits Mulayam.
Let me tell you, if the elections happen now, we are going to be the biggest beneficiaries, because we were just 3% vote behind the Samajwadi Party. In the last elections, we got 26% votes. Mulayam Singh got 29% vote. The rest of the both parties, national parties, BJP as well as Congress, did not even get vote as much the Bahujan Samaj Party got. Both put together could not poll that much. So what are you talking?
Okay.
We are very well prepared. We are very well oiled for election. But the only thing is that we do not want to be seen as trying to break this government. Let Mulayam Singh take the lead in bringing down this government.
No, but can the issue of Beni Prasad Verma be a big enough reason for Mulayam to bring the government down? Because he wants something he can go to the people with.
Absolutely.
A personal rivalry will not suffice.
So which is why I think the betting is that he will not necessarily pull the plug on this issue, but he will keep his eyes out and look for an issue. As far as I can see, we are all in agreement that Mulayam is unreliable. We are all in agreement that the government is in trouble in UP. The difference of opinion appears to be Amar Singh's view, which is that they're in so much trouble they can't afford an election. And everybody else's view is the trouble is going to get worse. They're better off holding an election now. So my guess is that they will continue to be unreliable allies.
And with Beni Prasad Verma, they prove a point. You know, you knock him over to make the Congress government begin plead for support because you just want to show who's boss.
But the UPA is now like a lion that used to roar in the jungle and the other animals would hide behind the trees. Now the lion is wounded and everybody is rushing in giving it a kick.
And Sudhindra, Bhaduria, do you think that's a fair assessment? That the UPA is like a wounded lion which is being kicked by every alliance partner?
Well, that is for them to judge, but insofar as we are concerned, we want that certain constitutional obligations are there. This is a coalition government. They have also promised to the people to bring in a strong Lokpal bill. They have promised to the people, to particularly the Dalit and the scheduled tribes, that they will provide reservation in promotions, and they will also bring in strong law insofar as the dignity of women are concerned, and see that the law is not just made in the parliament, but it is also implemented. We are seeing that the dignity of women being threatened day in and day out across the country.
No, but so Amar Singh, I want to question you on the point that you made that the Mulayam government in Uttar Pradesh is in such a bad spot that if elections were to happen now, they would get hammered. But the fact is, the more elections get delayed, the greater the damage to the Samajwadi Party government. They would want to limit damage. Even if we accept what you're saying as true, they would want to limit damage and hold polls as soon as possible. Mr. Amar Singh.
Is this question to me?
Yes. I don't think that he's a very shrewd politician, and I don't think that he will be having any qualm in doing what suits him best. But it is my strong hunch, I may be absolutely wrong, that he will not like to face electorate just now because of certain unfortunate incidents in his native state of Uttar Pradesh.
Okay.
Having said this, I will also say he will not like to face election just now.
Okay, Mr. Ramalingam from the DMK, is Mr. Karunanidhi adamant on these ministers pulling out, or will we see tomorrow when the government passes a resolution, if support can be mustered for such a resolution on the Sri Lankan issue, will we see the DMK actually come back and say that yes, we are prepared to back you from the outside, because we're also being told from our sources in the Enforcement Directorate that the ED charge sheet against Kanni Modi is being finalized and the provisions are such that that is a non-bailable offence, so she'll be locked up. Now that's a strong enough lever the Congress government has against Karunanidhi's daughter, which could get the DMK to fall in line. Is that a correct assessment, sir?
You're asking me?
Yes, Mr. Ramalingam.
Sir, it is total humbug, sir. Not like that, sir, because the DMK party is right from the beginning, we are for the Tamil people, sir. Not only in the Tamil peoples in Tamil Nadu, in international level also. In everywhere, if any Tamils are affected, the first tone is from our DMK only. The party was founded because of our regional and linguistic affairs. So our party is for our Tamils only. Because of our Tamils are affected in Ceylon, now hugely the international community is now raising the voice. So DMK has to raise it.
No,
For
not too
that
many
only we
people
have
are
to
buying the
put up on
crocodile
the
tears that Mr. Karunanidhi is shedding now on the Tamil issue, given his previous stance and all the numerous flip-flops. My question to you is direct. Are you prepared to go for early elections? Because you realize that the sooner elections happen, the more the advantage to Jayalalitha. Are you prepared to go to the people
No,
right
sir,
now?
yes.
Will you support the UPA from outside?
No, sir. Yes, sir. We'll go for election right now, sir. No problem at all, sir. We won't back to UPA at all. We
Is
will
this
go
just bluster, Vir
separate. We
Sanghvi?
won't go to
Because
Congress in the election.
given the sort of mandate that Jayalalitha won, she's clearly way ahead of the DMK on the ground at present, and they're trying to rally support around the Tamil issue.
That's fair.
But are they ready for polls?
No, my guess is that Karunanidhi has no issues. The party is discredited. He needs a good emotive issue. The Tamil issue is a good emotive issue. And while the general attitude is that they have no business interfering in foreign policy and what they're asking for is unjustified, I'm actually quite sympathetic to what the DMK is saying. The situation is not unlike what we saw in East Pakistan, and India did intervene. So the doctrine of intervention is well established, and for them to ask only for a condemnation, I think is quite reasonable. So if the government of India refuses, as seems likely, to go along with this genocide of the Tamil people stuff, Karunanidhi has a chance to create some kind of wave in his favor using this issue. The point is that he can't do it in 2 months, 3 months. He needs to make the issue, he needs to let it simmer, he needs to keep the government on its toes, but he can't afford an election.
No, and you've got all
he
these
can't afford an
ED
election
chart sheets.
immediately.
The officials are already calling up people
For that,
talking about the
I
status
don't know
of
that
the
that's
chart.
so scared of. I mean, Kanimori went to jail. She came out, she go to jail again. I think that one has lost its bite.
Okay, but the problem seems to be Abid Rasool Khan that the Congress has turned toxic from the perspective of its allies. That allies like Karunanidhi now believe that associating with the Congress does them more harm than good, and that is the principal problem, which is why we saw Mamta walk out, which is why we've seen Karunanidhi walk out, which is why we could see Mulayam walk out next.
Rahul, first of all, I would like to answer this in a different way. One of my co-panelists here said that we are a wounded lion and our roar is not strong enough. I would like to assure him that we are not wounded and we are as strong as earlier. Not one number less or not one number more. We are the same. Secondly, we have a responsibility on our party that we have to pass some bills which are pending, and we are worried that we should pass them in this next 1 year so that the countrymen and the people of this oppressed and underprovided people of this country get something out of it. Now, as far as the surveys goes, our party has been shown to win this election if it is held, but still we are not keen on it because we want to complete the full term and then go for an election. And the statement by DMK representative that we have not been sensitive, I would like to say very clearly that we are very sensitive to their issue. They had asked us something, we have not done that action. Before doing that action, they have withdrawn support and then they have shown their reaction.
But that's an important point,
Until
Mr.
an action
Ramalingam,
happens.
because Chidambaram said the same thing in the press conference, that you asked us to
let me just
strengthen
first
the US
complete it, and I would
resolution
like
as
to add
the
here,
UNHRC. You
Rahul,
told
I
us
would like
also to
add
bring
here
a
that
resolution
the
in
whole
Parliament. We were prepared to do both.
Sir, not
Why
like
is it that
that, sir. We
the
are
DMK
demanding
backed
for the
out
past 1
when the
week, sir.
government was prepared to accept the
demanding for
conditions
the
that you
past 1
placed?
week.
Yes,
Mr. Ramalingam.
yes, the time.
Mr. Ramalingam, go ahead, please.
Sir, we are demanding for the past 1 week, sir. But
Yes,
they are
we
ragging on
we
it.
are-
Sir, what made them to stop it? We are going to support the resolution. They are not so told.
No, Mr. Ramalingam, that is not correct. We are responding to you. Our ministers have come to you. They have met Mr. Karunanidhi. They have flown back. We have drafted the changes. We are talking to the other parties for the resolution. You should have given time. Only when we have
That's
not
right,
done,
sir.
you should have done this. But before, yes,
Sir,
you have. We hold you in greatest
That's
respect.
right, sir.
We hold
But
DMK in greatest respect.
what you are...
And we are still,
you are not told, you are not told that we are going to support
Give me a
the
minute,
resolution.
give me a second. We still keep a window open for you. Anytime we have to be a part of UPA, we cherish your alliance with us. Now, as far as one of the panelists was saying about Kani Mohi ji, we assure you we will not do anything which is something to twist somebody to support us. Our party does not believe in that. We will go by the law and whatever
You're
the
saying
law
you've
does,
got a
we will
window
go by
and
it.
a door
I can
open. The
assure you we
DMK
are
is
in the-
constantly kicking that door shut. So they don't want your open door. They say we've had enough of you. Smriti Irani, this is a perfect opportunity for the
that is up
principal
to them.
opposition to move a no confidence motion. But somehow the BJP doesn't seem to have the courage to do so. Why is it that the BJP is so worried? If you believe that the mood is against the Congress government, why don't you bring a no confidence motion after the budget recess?
Rahul, I don't think the BJP strategy is going to be dependent on what headlines today decide. But it's interesting that the two things which I want to take away from Mr. Khan's presentation on your channel tonight. One, that he ensures and assures the DMK representative that nothing untoward will happen to Kanimudi with regards to her case. Now, we all have said time and again that the UPA, especially the Congress-led UPA too, has been utilizing the CBI and the ED to ensure that they keep their allies close. Hence, for a CBI or a ED matter to be, can I, Mr. Khan? मैं जानती हूँ दुखती रग पर हाथ रखा है लेकिन बोलने दीजिए. So for Mr. Khan to actually assure anybody on this panel tonight that nothing untoward will happen in terms of an investigation, I think is a matter of deep.
No, why didn't you answer my question? Why don't you bring a no confidence motion?
No,
if you are sure that the move is against the Congress government, bring a no
I'm not here
confidence
to give
motion
answers to please you. I'm here to give answers. Rahul, I'm here to give answers that I please, not to please you.
No, you are here to answer the question that's being asked, not to answer some other question which isn't being asked.
Don't interject and don't override what I'm saying. I've categorically said that my party's political strategy will not be dependent on what you say or what headlines today decide. Another thing that needs to be highlighted here, that you have said whether the Congress-led UPA2 has become a liability for its own allies and whether they are distancing themselves, and what has happened vis-a-vis the DMK issue. Today, the Rajya Sabha was disrupted, one, by Samajwadi Party, who supposedly still supporting the government, and two, the DMK, which was supporting the government 24 hours ago. Now, what has transpired in Rajya Sabha in the past 3-4 days? The budget comes up for discussion. The finance minister leaves that discussion, rushes to Chennai to meet Karunanidhi ji and does not address issues in the house. He does not go to Tamil Nadu, or neither does any of the ministers, and meet the students who are protesting. They don't meet other political parties, which clearly signifies that they are trying to save the coalition and not delve into how solutions can be provided for the Tamil
Okay,
issue.
you've had your say. Quick final words, Vir Sanghvi. What do you think will happen next? You've heard from all the parties. What happens next?
So broadly, what's clear from what we've heard is that the BSP is actually a stronger advocate of the Congress than the Congress itself. But apart from that, the other thing that's clear is that nobody wants an election except perhaps Mulayam. You and I think it would make sense for him to hold an election because the longer he waits, the worse it gets. Amar Singh, who knows Mulayam better than either of us ever will, thinks it's not in Mulayam's nature. Mulayam's going to sit it out. Time will tell who's right.
There's a big parliamentary party meeting that happens tomorrow. Let's see what happens there. To all our guests for joining us today, thank you very much.